Beltane is one of the most magical nights of the year. The veil between the world thins, the fire rises, and the earth is alive with possibility. But if you're a solo witch, you're probably wondering, well, how do I celebrate this by myself? Do I need a coven? Do I need a balefire? Do I need to dance around the maypole by myself? Well, no, you don't. And by the end of this video, you're going to have everything you need to celebrate Beltane by yourself as a solo witch. And if you're watching from the Southern Hemisphere, you'll know that when the Northern Hemisphere folk are celebrating Beltane, we're down under celebrating Samhain. The wheel turns in opposite directions depending on where you are in the world. The beautiful thing is, everything that I'm showing you here in relation to Beltane can be adapted for Samhain. Where I say fire and passion, think thinning of the veils and ancestors. When I say Beltane altar, think Samhain altar. And I'll drop some Samhain swaps on the screen as well, and I'll also go through the Samhain recitation when we come to actually doing the ritual. Because Samhain and Beltane are opposites. And when you're celebrating one, the other side of the world is celebrating the other. So when you think about balance, one part of the world is celebrating life. The other part is honoring death. And it just shows you the polarity that we live in on this planet or in this 3D environment that we live in. Before we go into the ritual though, my name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I've been on the witchcraft path now for over 35 years, and I've celebrated more solo Beltanes and Samhains than I could count. Now, if you're new to witchcraft and you're trying to figure it out all by yourself, you're not quite sure where to start, you're not quite sure what to do, what do witches learn, how do you learn it all, how do you pace yourself as you're learning, because there is a lot to do, I do have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. It will give you a blueprint of where to start, what to do, and then what to do next, what to do next, and what to do next to learn the craft. There's a link in the description field below this video. You can also find the link to that masterclass on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. So Beltane isn't just about, fertility and celebrating life. It's about you stepping into your power. It's about you realizing that you are a powerful being, that you are a sovereign being, that you have the ability to create life the way that you want to create it. Whereas Samhain is more introspective in that you're going into your shadow self often at Samhain and looking at the things that aren't helping you. Maybe it's your self-doubt. Maybe there's beliefs that you have about spirituality that you find are actually holding you back. Old things you've picked up from religions that you grew up with that aren't really serving you and aren't helping you feel empowered. Samhain can be about going through all of that and changing it. Beltane is about stepping into your power. It's celebrating your ability to be a co-creator with the universe. And this is something that you can celebrate on your own. So let's go ahead and do a ritual for Beltane, and we'll also tweak it for Samhain as well. Now, all you need for this ritual is a candle. I like green candles for Beltane. You can use whatever color you associate with celebration of life and fertility. So it could be a red candle, it could be a pink candle. I just like green. I've always used green for Beltane as it just, everything blooms and everything's bright and green at Beltane. So that I always associate Beltane with green. Flowers are wonderful for Beltane too. Celebration of life and beauty and all of those sorts of things. If you are celebrating Samhain, then you may want an orange candle, and you can also use any kind of blooms that might be around at Samhaintide wherever you are. And these flowers that I've got are actually flowers that do flower just before Samhain, so they're more connected to Samhain really than they are Beltane. So before you start, if you want to set up a circle, and I like to set up a circle when I'm doing a celebration like a Sabbath, but you don't have to set up a formal circle if you don't know how or you're just not into setting up circles. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to do a circle of light, which is my daily practice circle that I do. Now, in the Mystery Witch School 101, I do teach you how to do a full circle, so that if you're wanting to really feel into the energy and build energy in a certain space, setting up a circle on a regular basis can really help build that energy. So first of all, we start with grounding. So the grounding is about connecting to the earth, feeling the energy of the earth underneath you. You can imagine you have cords or tree roots going down from the spine, down, down, down into the ground, and feeling that connection to the earth. As you connect deeply to the earth, feel the support of the earth beneath you. And then take in some nice deep breaths. And let it out, just allowing the out breath to be longer than the in breath. Take another deep breath in. And letting it out. Taking another deep breath in. And letting it out. And just take a moment to gaze at your candle before you light it. Gaze at your flowers. Look at your altar. How does it feel? Does it feel really light and happy and creative if it's your Beltane altar? If it's your Samhain altar, does it feel respectful of endings? Is it honoring endings? With Samhain, often there's a little bit of darkness to it, and that's okay. Beltane is the opposite. It's more bright. And then light your candle. Now I'm going to set up that circled light that I told you about. It's what I use for my daily practice, and it's what I teach in the Mystery Witch School 101 to use for your daily practice if you don't want to be doing big circles every day, which most of us don't have time to do, or even the desire to do every day. And it goes like this. Make or bring light into my heart, to my hearing light and my sight light, to my right light, to my left light, before me light, behind me light, above me light, and below me light, making me one with the light. And you just feel the light coming out from your heart chakra and engulfing the entire space as the light gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and just spreads out around you. And then once you've spent some time doing that, feeling that energy around you, it's time to invite the goddess and God. As you gaze at the candle flame, think about life and creativity. Think about stepping into your power, stepping into your knowledge that you are a co-creator. What does it mean to be a witch? What does it mean to you to be a witch? I've had a lot of feedback from one of my latest videos about asking yourself, am I a witch? And feeling that you can comfortably say that you're a witch. And a lot of people have said that when they say, I am a witch, it doesn't necessarily feel anything. They don't necessarily resonate with it, or it even feels uncomfortable. But when they put the word love in front of it and they say, I love being a witch, everything changes and suddenly they really, really feel into it. So this is an opportunity for you to just say that. I love being a witch. I love being creative. I love being able to connect with spirit and create with spirit to create with the universe. All those things you love about the craft. Just state what those things are. And it doesn't matter if you're celebrating Beltane or Samhain. Make this statement of love at these two times of the year and feel the energy rise as you do that. And then it's time to say the Beltane invocation. We call upon the sacred god and goddess, masculine and feminine, fire and earth entwined. Bless the bloom of life, the turning of the wheel. Awaken our hearts, lift our spirits and open the way. Let the sacred fire burn within and without, balancing shadow and light, seed and harvest, as we honor this season. So may magic flow, and so it is here and now. And feel into the energy of what you've just said. Feel into this time of the year. Now, if you're celebrating Samhain, I'm going to give you the Samhain verse to say. We call to the sacred god and goddess, masculine and feminine, fire and earth entwined. Bless the veil between the worlds, the turning of the wheel. Guide our spirits, honor the ancestors, and open the way. Let the sacred fire burn within and without, balancing shadow and light, death and rebirth. As we honor the season, so may magic flow, and so it is here and now. And reflect on how that feels and the time of the year and what it signifies for you. You can spend some time in meditation now. You could spend your time in communion with the god and the goddess. You may want to just listen to maybe a message that they have for you. And once you've done your meditation, you've done your communing, it's time to close the ritual. And that's a really simple thing. If you are using oils as your offering, which I often do, then I use the oil, I put it on my hand like this, rub it together for the scent, because what I'm offering is the scent. And I offer it up to the god and goddess. I thank you, god and goddess, for attending this circle, attending this rite. And I thank my ancestors and my guides. Blessed be. And that's the end of the ritual. So by doing this Sabbath, it might seem really simple, but what you're doing is something really powerful. You're casting a circle, you're calling in fire, you're connecting with the god and goddess. But I want to be honest here. This is just a taste of what witchcraft is, a taste of what Wicca is. There's so much more to learn about magic and witchcraft, and how to build a practice that transforms your life. Not just on Beltane or Samhain or any other Sabbath, but every day. And that's exactly why I created the Mystery Witch School 101. It's my foundational course where I take you through everything. The Wheel of the Year, ritual structure, the tools, the elements, casting circles, working with deities, all of it, step by step, so that you never have to piece it together randomly by yourself. And if tonight lit something in you, if you felt that spark, 101 is where you need to go to turn that spark into real, grounded practice. I'll put the link in the description field below this video and in the pinned comment. So go have a look. I'd love to have you in the school. Now, there's a few more things you can do for Beltane and for Samhain. You can make yourself a Beltane wreath. You can make yourself your own little maypole that you can put on your altar. I have done one of those before. I just used a pencil and I pinned ribbons, really thin ribbons, onto the pencil, and I used that as my maypole. You could jump over a candle. Have the candle as your balefire. Make sure that you do it very safely and that you're not wearing anything that's going to catch a light on that candle, but it is something that you can do if you're wanting to reenact jumping over the balefire. Just be very, very, very careful. You can also do magic on Beltane and Samhain as well. They'll just be for slightly different things. At Beltane, you'll be wanting to bring things into your life, the things you're wanting to create, the changes you're wanting to make. If you're celebrating Samhain, you can have an ancestor altar, a picture of an ancestor or a number of ancestors, and just commune with them and celebrate with them. If you're celebrating Samhain, do some divination or some scrying. And of course, you can do your shadow journaling. So for Samhain, it can be the things you're wanting to change, the things that aren't working for you. Of course, you can journal at Beltane as well. Journal what it is that you are wanting to bring into your life as if you've already experienced it. So you're writing in retrospect what it is that you want to bring into your life. It could be like a letter to somebody where you're telling them what's happened to you. And as you do that, you'll start to feel as if you already have it. These are just some of the things that you can do to celebrate Beltane and Samhain on your own, without a coven, easily and effortlessly. Let me know in the comments field which Sabbath you're celebrating at the time of this video and what you intend to do to celebrate this Sabbath. Are you going to use some ideas from this video, or do you have some other ideas that you'd like to share with people? Let us know in the comments field. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be. With Samhain, it'll be the things that you're wanting to get rid of, the things you're wanting to transform or change.